Got that piece of wood with a bow in it. Show you how it bows up. Bowed right through there. Show you how to straighten that. Take your water hose or water, it don't matter. Get that board good and wet. Right? That board's good and wet. Now come with me here. We got a mess. We got too much stuff. We need a bigger building. Too much stuff. Hey Doyle, you're my sponsor, right? I need a bigger building. So you guys see right there? Nice weed ear string. I can get under it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these clamps like that. We're going to squeeze it down. Let me get another one. Squeeze that down good and tight. Leave that water on there. Let it dry. We got a nice flat surface. It's a mess. We need to clean it up. But leave it clamped down like that. Leave it sit and dry. We'll check it tomorrow. See how well it dried out. It could take a day or two. But usually when you do that, you get it wet and then let it dry out. That's how you straighten your wood. When you get little bows like that. Here we are, day 3 of straightening the crooked board. It had a bow in it. We had to take it off, weigh it down, repeat the clamping process. So let's see what it looks like. Went the other way a little bit, but that's livable. Depending on what you're doing and how perfect you want it, we could wet it again and clamp it here and leave it sit. I'm going to check my other boards and see if there's any more that I got to do. If there's any more that I got to do, then I'll just do them all at once. I'll just pile them on top of each other as straight as possible and set them down. We'll see what happens. I got my other boards. We're going to set this one up here just in case. If I run across the real crooked one, then I'll take care of them all. That one's a little bowed. Not bowed as much as that one. That one's pretty flat. That one passed the test. Let's see. Get some of that dust off there. That one's pretty flat too. Pretty flat. Pretty flat. Maybe willing to bet most of these going to be pretty flat. That's the way we cut them. That one might have a little bow. Yeah, that one's got a little bow right there. Yep. There's 3 of them. There's the 4th one. We're going to repeat the process because we got a bunch of them there bowed, it looks like. That one's bowed a little bit. That one's bowed a little bit. Pretty flat. Got a little bit of a bow to it. Might as well do it. We're doing all the other ones, right? Last 2. That one's bowed. Yep. Let's check this one. That one's pretty flat. Alright. We're going to wet these down. We're going to put these ones on a nice flat even surface, but we're going to wet these ones down, and because we're doing so many, we're going to clamp them down a little different. We'll show you that. Well, let's see here. Let's think about this. Because Doyle sponsors the videos, I'm not sure if I said it or not. Doyle sponsors the Sticking Around the Garage videos. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but some of you might think that getting the wood wet's a bad idea. Well, actually, when you get the wood wet, after you've sanded it, and you get it wet again, and dry it out, pulls those wood fibers back out, and it makes that grain rough again. And then when you sand it down, it becomes even smoother. That's how they get like with high-end furniture and all that stuff, that real smooth and mirror-like finish. That's not just from the polyurethane, that's, they get the wood wet and sand it. Any kind of grains up, pulls them tighter together. It's pretty neat. Wood's a little bit like metal. With metal, you can heat it up and bend it and shape it and make it do what you want. With wood, you can get it wet and you can bend it. It's just a little more time consuming, so to speak. Takes a little more time, a little more effort, a little more craftsmanship. Watch this. Right down in the grooves. Yep. See a difference? I'll show you. See how that hooks? And then when it dries out, we'll show you again. That's the neat thing about it. You can sit here with this water hose and you can get it wet and you can watch it change. Here. See the grain there? Watch it change. The wetter you get, the more it pulls it out. See? There's 2 lines right there, aren't there? Pretty cool. Watch. It's amazing. Water. But I bet you didn't know that. And if you did, well, good. If you didn't, you know now. If those ones are already wet, I'll try to get them on here nice and even. Nice and even. It's just pine. And pine, if you're new to working with wood, is about the cheapest wood on the market to experiment with. Pine or poplar. Those are 2 fairly for the way the market is. They're your lower end woods. I wouldn't recommend cutting on a very expensive piece of cherry or some exotic woods if you're new. Here's something else you probably didn't know about Road Glide Andy. Along with cutting grass and riding motorcycles, woodworking is one of my favorite hobbies. And everything that I do, believe it or not, everything I do in life, honestly, but as far as all the stuff that I learned about woodworking and tricks with the water and staining and cutting with the saws and angles and all that stuff and how to do all this stuff, high school, man. People think you need a college degree. You don't. Good high school education. Pay attention to what they're teaching you in town, especially when it comes to the skill classes. I'll take this clamp, or I'll put it there to bring that center down. I'll try to make it even. Phone's starting to fit, dog's starting to fit. And then we got all those right there. I'm put another clamp there. And we'll leave that sit for another 24-hour period. And then when we get to that point, I mean, you can do this until you get it absolutely perfect. I'm not going for absolutely perfect, because even the stain, I'm not putting any poly on it. I'm just staining it, because we're going with kind of a rustic-y theme. And that's why I picked the pine, because it's got a little more character than some of the other woods out there. So. But we'll leave that clamp down like that. We'll come back in 24 hours, let it dry out. Like I said, we didn't saturate it and soak it, but we got it wet. If I had enough space it'd be nice to just be able to have nothing but this on the workbench. Ideally, you just have this on the workbench, and then you can take your water and pour your water on it a couple times over and leave it sit. But that should get them where I need them. So we'll let you know in 24 hours what we come up with. Day of, I don't know, 3,000. Let's see how straight they are. Weather hasn't been cooperative. Been cold, so I left them sit a few extra days. They might be frozen. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to exaggerate. It's not that cold. That one's bowed pretty bad, actually. Wow. See if that worked. I know we got that one's bowed like up bad. And we ended up putting some rings in it. We'll have to sand that out. Oh well, character, I guess, right? Still a little wet. Yeah, that one's bowed pretty bad. Yeah, straight enough. They all might be bowed the opposite way now. That one's pretty straight. Let's double check this one. Yeah, we'll have to do that one again. Let's see what this one looks like. Yep, have to do that one again. Straight enough. Yep. That one's about too. Pretty flat. Pretty flat. Alright, so we got two of them. That one's pretty flat too, I think. Yeah, that one needs to go that way. That one's bowed rough. Alright. So, they're still a little damp. Not dried out all the way. We're going to try to put, we're going to flip them and put them face down now. And we'll leave them sit for another 24 hours and check them. That's really all you can do when you're doing this stuff. There'll come a point where we just gotta say, yep, that's good enough. But there's still a little dampness to them. So, because it's cold and we have freeze mornings and no heat in the garage, if we had heat that would help. But we're gonna try. Yeah, that one's real bad. Alright, we'll clamp them again and see what happens. See what we get out of them. Run out of screw. Run out. There we go. Oh, come on, slide. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. We back. They're still wet. I honestly think that it is too cold in here in order for me to get the wood to do what I want it to do. Possibly. But we're going to check it. It actually don't look that bad. We're going to check them and see. And if I have any more warped ones, then I'll have to straighten out. Yeah. That's not cool. Yeah, it is. That's real bad. Alright. Well, unfortunately, they're still wet. They're really wet. And they're cold. I know it's not showing up on the camera. Unfortunately, we're going to have to try again at a later date and time. Or probably what I'll do. More likely what I'll do. And I'll show you guys once they're straight. I'll probably take them inside. Got a big space in my rec room that's all tore apart. But it's heated. So I'll probably take my workbench that I made in there, get it leveled off, and piss my wife off at the same time, and get them leveled out that way, because we can't wait any longer with garage space. I have to get all this stuff out of here and get stuff moved around so we can start parking the truck back over there. So we'll keep y'all updated. Don't worry. It'll be fine. We'll get it.